we'll start with the introductions.
Morning, sir. Morning, parliamentarians. My name is Bezo Nyabaza, the board chairman.
Read it.
Oh, yes.
Check it.
I, Bezo Simon Emmanuel Nyabaza, swear that the evidence that I will give is the truth and nothing else but the truth, so help me God.
Willard Timbona. I'm the CEO of ADA, Agricultural and Rural Development Authority, and I now wish to make oath. I swear that the evidence that I will give is the truth and nothing else but the truth, so help me God.
We requested certain documents from ADA, and today, for our committee to proceed, we wish to have those documents presented. Mr. Mbona, we requested documents from you. May we have those documents, please?
Honorable Chairman, I wish to advise this august House as follows. I am not able to present these documents before your committee. And honorable members have written to the committee through the chairman.
Mr. Mbona, do you mind reading out your letter? I think you have a copy of the letter. Or you may read mine, so that I know it's the same document that we're reading from. Mr. Mbona, I want you to read my copy. Here it goes.
Chairman, would you want me to start from the addressee?
Whatever suits you.
The letter is coming to the Chairman, Portfolio Committee on Lands, Agriculture and Rural Resettlement, and it is the Parliament of Zimbabwe, stated the 26th of February 2018. After the salutation, it says the Portfolio Committee on Lands, Agriculture and Rural Resettlement adds agreements with various strategic partners and adverse flighted inviting bids is the subject matter. The above pertinent subject matter and our 22nd February 2018 meeting in the House of Assembly chambers refer. Due to the security nature of our country, and most of our investors have defied their foreign governments to support our Zimbabwe agriculture. The agreements we entered into have a confidentiality clause providing for non-disclosure of the contents of the agreement to third parties without formal approval of the other party. Our fear now is that in the event that these partners being revealed in the public domain, they may either be added on sanctions and have raised concerns on the following the news of our appearance before your August committee. This may then negatively affect our national thrust to mobilize foreign direct investment on both our existing and future partnerships with those investors who access their funds offshore. Take note that one of our investors has in the past been placed under sanctions, and we have attached documents. I will refer to the documents attached. The Zimbabwean of 19 March 2014 cited one Billy Rattenberg, and it says he is under US and European travel and business restrictions to his clause with the ZANU-PF and Mugabe. And then I also enclosed a document, which is the Weekend Post, which cited alleged Mugabe cronies kept offshore firms years after UN alert raised. And it also mentions the same with the very clear position on Billy. The third document I attached, Mr. Chairman, is the 4th of January 2009, the publication was on President Mugabe, Honorable Chairman, on the 4th of February 2009, and again it mentions Billy, which is the green fuel company. I now want to go back to the letter. It says, as initially requested on our 22nd February 2018 meeting, our prayer is that the committee either formally raises the issues they want to know in the agreements so that the authority responds in writing or inspects the agreements at our offices in local. Honorable Chairman, I now return your question.
You forgot that you copied this letter. Why I asked you to read it, since it's not a private letter, you copied this letter to my chief whip, ZANU-PF chief whip. May I understand why you had to copy the ZANU-PF chief whip?
Mr. Chairman, my understanding is the parastatal is under the shareholder, who is government. And when we look at government, government is ZANU-PF, in the sense that the members, you can honorable members.
Order. Let him finish first.
Members will allow me to finish.
Mr. Mbona, order. You address the chair. You don't address the members. You address the chair, not the members.
Understood, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, they have. I would want him to finish and then you kill.
On the point of order, affects us or not ZANU-PF. And I think that's where the point of order is emanating from, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Okay.
If it's a ZANU-PF issue, then we will step out.
Yes.
And then he can talk to things ZANU-PF.
And then he must be aware that ZANU-PF is not government.
So on the point of order, please.
You may retract that, please.
Mr. Chairman, I wish to retract that. I wanted to say ZANU-PF is the ruling party.
But still,
the point is, I asked why did you copy ZANU-PF chief whip on this matter? He has got nothing to do with the administration of parliament.
Yes.
Honorable Chairman.
I personally, you addressed this letter to me. You copied to my chief whip. This is intimidation. You're trying to harass me. You're trying to intimidate. You're trying to instill fear in me so that I don't pursue this matter.
The chairman only, including the members.
Because I have got to read this letter to the members, and they see it's copied to my ZANU-PF chief whip.
May I respond, Honorable Chairman? Honorable Chairman, I wish to be very clear on that. I copied the letter to the ZANU-PF chief whip. As I said before, ZANU-PF is the ruling party.
Okay, order, Honorable Minister. I'll give you a second.
it is quite disappointing that a government employee doesn't understand the functions of government. Parliament is the parliament of the people. We have the head of government business. And the head of government business in parliament represents government. So when you write to the head of government business, you would have incorporated everyone. ZANU-PF is the ruling party. It forms a government for the people. And when it forms a government for the people, it includes everybody in Zimbabwe. MDC equally have a chief whip, who's Honorable Gugonese, and the MDC members. I'm independent, I'm my own chief whip, okay? But you have not copied me either. Okay, so what then are you trying to then say? Is this a ZANU-PF in Daba or it's a government in Daba? So it is important for you to understand what the chair is trying to say. This parliament is not ZANU-PF. It's the parliament for the people of Zimbabwe. There are 3 pillars of state, and not 3 pillars of ZANU-PF, 3 pillars of state. 1, there's the judiciary. 2, there's the executive. 3, there is parliament. So in the 3 pillars of state, where is this there ZANU-PF? So I think it is ignorant and it is sad that you'd want to reduce this parliament to a political issue. Whether you're ZANU-PF or not, we don't ask anybody's political party when we're talking to everybody, Chair. So why would you want to bring this in when you are not a politician yourself? So you now want to tell us about politics when you're a technocrat. It is important that you realize that you were supposed to, the thing, ZANU-PF headquarters is not here. The ZANU-PF headquarters is in Penfeather Road as you're going to the RTGS. So it's important that you copy it there. That's where the ZANU-PF chief whip is. And I think it is an insult for the people of Zimbabwe to have a person of your office to not to understand the role of parliament, and you want to take this lightly. Let me further say this to you, Mr. Chair. I don't know if you're aware of the charges that are before you in failure to producing the documents that the chairperson asked you to. This parliament has oversight over everyone, except for the president. For the president, yes too, but in a procedural manner. So when you are hiding information from us, and we are there to represent the people, who will represent the thing people? ADA is a parastatal under government.
Order, Honorable Minister. I think he has understood. Thank you.
All I wanted to say, Mr. Chair, with due respect, I think we have a situation where people are wasting our time, and it's important that we revert to the rules of Parliament that guide us.
Order. I understand. I quite understand. There's another Honorable Mufunga. I wanted to say something. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I just wanted to, Honorable Chair, through you, to confirm from the Chief Executive Officer from ADA, with the letter that we sent to him, was the head or the letter that comes from the Parliament, was it written, was the address from the ZANU-PF, or the address was the Parliament of Zimbabwe?
The letter is, he wrote it to Parliament of Zimbabwe. But my only worry is why would he involve ZANU-PF Chief Whip in parliamentary matters? Because we have got our ZANU-PF caucus. We don't do it here. We do it at our HQ. And I see this is trying to intimidate the committee. You want to instill fear in the committee. Mr. Mbona, you are the CEO of ADA, right? What qualification do you hold?
Mr. Chairman, I am a chartered accountant.
Do you have documents to that effect?
They are on my personal file.
Yes, but I
have not carried them with me.
No, you are a CA.
I'm a CA. Here is my badge.
No, I didn't ask for a badge.
Yeah.
I said you are a CA, right?
Yes, I am.
I want your documentation, proof of qualifications. You are a CA, what is it?
Mr. Chairman, I understand what you are asking me to produce before you.
I said you're a CA and what? I want all your qualifications. We are entitled to ask you. I want to know your qualifications, all of them. You say you are under oath.
Mr. Chairman, I want to admittedly be able to understand why you want my qualifications.
No, you are CEO of ADA. We want to know your qualifications. You said you're a chartered accountant.
I've just explained, Mr. Chairman, Honorable Chairman, that I'm a chartered accountant.
A chartered accountant, number
Yes.
one. What else do you hold apart from that?
I'm a member of the estate administrators. I'm also a fellow of the Institute of Administration and Commerce.
Do you have certificates to that effect?
All of them.
When can we have them?
Chairman, I doubt whether that will be necessary.
It's necessary. We want to get your certificates. When can we get your certificates?
Everything is just looking at Mr. Nyabata. So I don't know, is he your advisor or what?
Order. I said, when can we have your certificates? You said in your personal file. I understand the personal file maybe is at the office.
Yeah, you can have them tomorrow.
Tomorrow is too late. You want them today. Your qualifications.
The chairman, as I walk out of this room, you can come and have it.
No, I don't want to come to your office. We want you to bring them here. What time can you bring them? Can you say you bring them by 4 o'clock today?
I think that would be too late. If I'm out here at 12, I'll bring them after an hour.
It's okay. After an hour from your departure.
And I'll bring them to the clerk of parliament.
Yes. Thank you so much. So proceed.
Sorry, Chair. Question yamanga mabvunzo isina kupindura yekuti munhu chartered accountant kungakudzidza kwemhando yepamusoro kwezvenyaya dzemafigures angaite CC kuna chief whipezana. I think question iyi ikadairwa zvinomasa kutibatsira kuti tichienda kumberi pamba kuti proceed. Because munhu akadzidza madzidziro iwayo haangamboite CC anatoziva structure yacho yeparliament. At least dai akaita CC kuna clerk of parliament zvaizvizvi. But per structure parliament, people are talking about
Mr. Chairman, I have explained to the August House the reason why I CC'd the letter to the ZANU-PF's chief whip. First, I will repeat. It is my understanding that ZANU-PF is the ruling party. That's number one. And I am also saying I did that in my personal capacity as CEO of ADA, without consultation of anybody.
Okay, so let's move on. We know why we're doing that. They want to put here now so that we don't get the documents we want. I regret to advise that this letter is inanity. We don't recognize it. Yes, we recognize that it's written on a piece of paper. There's the ink and the signature. But as a committee, we want our documents. We want the agreements. And also, before we go to that, there are issues coming up of corporates, individuals trying to engage the chairman. You send me a message trying to say you wanted to see me. I want you to tell to the House. You said as a result, we'll come early to bounce that issue again on you. Can you bounce the issue in front of everyone that you wanted to bounce to me in my private capacity? Of which I said no. So bounce the issue to everyone here so that I'm not held in contempt of Parliament.
Honorable Chairman and to your August House, the issue I wanted to bounce to you is exactly the letter that you are holding.
Why would you want to bounce it to me in my private capacity when we discuss this issue in front of everyone? Why would you want to see me on my own?
Honorable Chairman, I was not aware that I could deliver that letter to your clerk.
No, don't lie. We asked you to deliver documents to her. Even when you left this office, when you left this house, we told you give the contacts of the board members. So how now you've been writing letters to Parliament for the past 1 month. We tried to see you from January. We've been writing letters, but now we don't know the clerk. Why would you send me messages trying to see me on my own? That's what I want to find out. Because I will get charged by Parliament. I'll get charged by Parliament because of this.
But, Honorable Chairman, am I not allowed to communicate?
Communicate on what? You want to see me bounce
communicate with
bounce it in front of everyone.
After I could not see you, I wrote a letter addressing the issue that I wanted to see you about. And that is the letter you are holding already, Honorable Chairman.
I'm talking about the text message on my phone.
It was well before.
Yes, it was well before.
That's why I had to put it in writing, Honorable Chairman.
Honorable members, you tried to see me in my private capacity, and I refused because I don't want to get into trouble and problems, you see, because of these other issues. I represent the people of Zimbabwe at the end of the day, and I'm accountable to them. and we must be accountable to the people. We derive our power from the people of Zimbabwe, not from individuals of ADA. So that's the issue that he tried to come to me directly.
Well, Honorable Chair, let's proceed. Let's see if they bring the documents.
So can you submit the documents, please?
When are they ready to bring them?
No, not when are they ready. I want the documents. Mr. Mbona. Mr. Mbona.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Mic off, please. I'm going to read to you what's called the Privileges, Immunities and Powers of Parliament Act, Chapter 208. Attendance before Parliament and evidence before Parliament and elsewhere. Parliament or a committe may, subject to the provisions of Section 8, number 1, order by way of summons issued in terms of Section 11, any person to attend before it. Number 2, require by way of summons issued in terms of Section 11, the production of any document or thing which is in the possession of or under the control of any person. Section B, may require any person attending before it, whether or not he or she is summoned in terms of Section 11, 1, to give evidence, 2, to be examined upon oath or affirmation or declaration which the chairperson of the committee or other person appointed by the Speaker may administer for the purpose. Is that clear?
Honorable Chairman, I understand.
Now that we see you don't want us to have the agreements, in your own letter that you wrote, you have a copy in front of you, right?
I do, Honorable Chairman.
Yes. You said on your own, due to the food and security nature of our country, most of our investors, not all of your investors, you said most, not all. So, of your investors, which ones fall under sanctions? You only mentioned one investor in your letter, Billy, Conrad Billy. That's the only investor I mentioned under sanctions. And as far as we know, ADA has got various investors in the agreements. You can't then say all of the agreements are confidential because they are under sanctions. May you respond, sir?
Honorable Chairman, if you read between the lines, there are two reasons why the agreements cannot be placed before your August House. The first one is to do with the issue that you mentioned of the food security nature of our country. The second one is that of the agreements having a confidentiality clause and the non-disclosure agreements that we have signed with the partners.
Thank you, sir. May you switch off your mic. Honorable members, I've heard what Mr. Mbona is saying. He is saying you never produce these documents in Parliament. That is, he said that. Because there is no way you ever produce these documents. Because there are confidentiality clauses and there are sanctions. There are people on the sanctions list. Everyone knows about green fuel. What then is more private and confidential about the operations of Billy? Everybody knows about it. Everybody knows about track. What then is confidential about track petroleum or track agriculture in partnership with the organization? Honorable members, we will ask.
Thank you, Chair. Ndofunga ndoda kuti ndidzidzise wambona kuti wataura mutsamba yawo kuti secret iri mu agreement haifana kunzivikanwa ne-third party. But ndafunga kuti inini wanoziva iwo kuti isusu tiri one of three pillars of the state. Saka hapana hatizi third party. Besides that tiri first party or second party. Saka ndaifunga kuti that confidence vanofanira kunge wanayo kuti wazive kuti vari kutaura nehurumende kwete neexecutive saka ndoda kuti muvakumbire kuti vanzwise kuti isi hatisi third party. Besides that tiri first party kana kuti second party. Saka ngavachitibudisira madocuments avo second kana kuti first party unge vari comfortable nezvo. Unless kana ada isiri government isiri parastatal kana iri private company vanotibudisira mapepa private company ati ndokuti tege kusimba tichipeswa nemaissues avo.
Inini panapa ndofunga vambona is very crystal clear and vato senda his message in writing kuti I was prepared kutipa those documents. Isusu se parliament we want those documents to be availed to us and isusu tinema legal channels atinofanira kunge tichita kuti tiwane those documents. I think it is very important committee ino iite mazina aya inofanira kunge ina.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Zvanzi kuona kuada chairman. Vachiri kurarama ne-old dispensation vanafu. Iko zvino, I think pa new dispensation zvino zvinoitwa in a transparent manner. So I don't know tiko zvavari kuita izvi tichiri kurarama here tiri kumashure here kana kuti chii. Because I think this is the high time kuti zvinhu zvese zvinoitwa angava ma-contracts. Ese ma-contracts e-government, I think we have to see ma-contracts amunosainirana. And also kuti pane kana muchiona kuti tiko maybe ma-members havana kodzero kwatiko information inozobuda kunze. Mune right yekuti muproduce ma-documents iyayo pasina media kwatiri.
Why?
Then kana zvadaro oproduce ma-documents toona ma-documents angadai akaproduciwa izvo zvadai arimo mucommittee. Committee yodecide kuti ko toenda mberi here tine iri closed door meeting kana kuti inenge iri open to the public. But hamusati masubmita ma-documents iyayo. So I propose kuti ko ndoona muchigutsurira ma-documents acho mungamasubmita rini kucommittee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, Mr. Chairman, I want to know...
Members, I don't want our deliberations. We should ask questions. Let's not deliberate. Let's ask him questions. And then
this is why I'm saying what I want to know.
Yes.
It means it's a question.
No, I'm just advising others.
All right. Okay, it's okay. What position do you hold in ZimdiTv? Before I proceed.
Mr. Mbona, respond. It's a question. You copied, you mentioned ZimdiTv yourself, so respond.
Mr. Chairman, I explained to your August House.
The question is, what position do you hold? Not explain to the August House. What position do you hold? It's simple question.
I don't have a position.
That's all. Don't address me telling me what we ask you.
Yeah, because Mr. Chairman, his behavior is manifestation of that which we use to cry about. We mustn't appoint politicians in key positions of our economy. This man seems to take everything into ZANU-PF. So, so are we not going to get any document? Are we not going to get any document to that effect? Short and precise, yes or no?
Honorable Chairman, I think I am on question number 3 of the questions that were being raised by the honorable members. I am not sure if you want me to answer as each member rises up, but my feeling was that I would have to take all the questions and respond to
I
them.
said answer him.
No.
Then, Mr. Chairman, I think
He said not what?
we are not going to get any document.
Well, he said you're not going to provide us a document.
Yes.
Can you just confirm that? No, let him talk to us. You said we are not going to get documents, right?
Mr. Chairman, in terms of our letter,
I said, are you going to give us documents?
No, but yes. Your letter has been nullified, Mr. Mbona. So we are on a new page. Are we going to get documents or not? Or not?
Mr. Chairman, at this moment, I am not able to answer on the reflection.
Okay. Let's just wait.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My point of order, I want to understand, was that letter written in your personal capacity as a CEO? Was it a board resolution or it was a management resolution?
Yeah, respond to the question.
It was written in my capacity as CEO.
As an individual.
Honorable Chairman, when I say CEO, it's not an individual, but the official representing the company.
Who authorized you to draft the letter, to write the letter?
I did so myself, as I ran the company.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Can I go ahead?
Honorable members, just ask. We need to close.
Yeah, I want to ask.
Yeah, ask.
Thank you, Chairman. Ndaida kuti ndizive kuna CEO kuti vanozviziva here kuti maparastata muhurumende akawanda anodaidzwa achiuya kuparliament achiunza madocuments anenge akumbigwa neparliament kuti aongororwe, nokuti kana iri parastata, it's a government entity, inofanirwa kuti izivise vanhu munyika mashandisirwo ari kuitwa mari yenyika, nokuti kana vachipinda mumapartnership havapindi mupartnership nemari yavo saCEO iwoyo muhomwe, asi kuti imari yekuti vanotopuwawo dzimwe magrants anotobva kuhurumende. Isu sema-MP tichifanira kuti tizive kuti mari yabva kuhurumende yafamba sei. Ndaida kungoziva kuti ivo CEO avo vanozvinzwisisa here pabasa ravo kuti zvinhu zvakadaro senyika vanofanirwa kuva accountable kuvanhu vanoisa mari yavo kuhurumende yetax ichizondoshandiswa negovernment including maparastata avo, uye vanozviziva here kuti nyangwe kuma-security sector kwakafanana nokunana army nokunana polisi kunotombouyawo madocuments anotovhunzwawo neparliament asi vachimaunzawo kuti isu tine mapartnership mufamwire diri, tine mapartnership pane zvizvi, nekuti zvoita sokuti iyo iyi yanyanya kusiyana namamwe maparastata atinoziva mugovernment yedu. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I think, Chairman, with due respect, I think the CEO has been very clear. I think we've got the board chairperson who's here, who really is the main driver of the ADA. And I think it's only important to ask the board chairman. I think he's taken oath. I think there are consequences that will follow. I think we are guided by rules. I think we'll deal with that when we sit down. But more important is to ask the chairperson of ADA, and my question to the chairperson of ADA is whether he is in agreement with what the CEO has said pertaining to availing documents to this House, because sanctions, even if Munanima sanction, there is no ways in this country where sanctions have stopped us from doing our job. If there's anything, we've actually rose above sanctions. It's no longer sanctions which are a problem. The number one issue that has taken over from sanction is what we're trying to address now, which is corruption. Corruption has taken over sanctions. And with holding those documents, certainly we've had ministers who are under sanctions who still come and speak. They never say they're under sanctions. So I think the board chairperson, Mr. Nyabaza, are you in agreement as a board with the submissions which the CEO has just presented pertaining to the documentation?
Honorable Shidakwa. I hope you're taking notes, Mr. Nyambata.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Equally the same, I wanted to put it very clear to the board chairman, Mr. Nyabaza, to say that it's becoming apparent to us that their so-called investors and the contracts that they have at ADA, they look like they are dubious contracts. Are they aware that we are the government, ADA is government property? How then can they try to hide the information from the owners of the property that they are running? They are just the custodians which have been sent there by government to run on behalf of the government. Now the government wants to know how the operations are going on in ADA. And we are trying to say, no, from the time you send us there, you must not know anything. Can we conclude that the contracts which you are having in ADA, even the so-called investors, there are a lot behind those contracts? That's why you are refusing to bring the documents to this Augusta House. We are not saying if you bring the contracts here, we are going to condemn you or to raise a case against you. We simply want to understand how ADA is being run, whether government is benefiting anything, whether government is not benefiting anything. It's within our oversight mandate. So I think the board chairman has to explain that it looks like they now don't understand who are their superiors. It's the government. Thank you.
Chairman, Vambona, Muruzeri Murumushandi, Amsumuridzi, we add. Then two, beside Rabanema documents ku parliament, Minister Magambo Wapoiri, Vanwandu Wakuruin, uyezve makam-employ wanani, akaku-employ akuda kuziva maakuramba, saka ziva izvozvo.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to know from Mr. Mbona whether he has shares in ADA or any of the board members hold shares in ADA. Thank you.
Honorable Stole, Honorable Nkatazo.
No, Madam, mvunzo wangu ndekuti daunza kuna Mr. Mbona kuti is he aware of the constitution in terms of the role of parliament vis-a-vis my operations at ADA? Ndotanya section 119 kuti maambo ze pamunenge mshiya kuno, do you actually believe you are supposed to be summoned by parliament? Munatsoziva here kuti mutemo unoti, and are you also aware of the standing rules and orders of parliament? Because I have a feeling kuti vangoya kuno kubati varifungwa kuti vari kuabuse. Vasina zvezvatuita ndizvo zviri pamutemo. Maida basa.
Maito basa chairman. Chekutanga ndichida kubvunza Vambona kuti dzimweni dzenguva vari kushora dare pachishona. Chairman kuti mwana mudiki. Semaonera attribute. Chechipiri ndechekuti ADA ndiye hurumende. Hatisi kuziva kuti mashoko avari kutaura kuti havasi kukwanisa kutipa madocuments. Dzimweni dzenguva kune rimwe bazi rehurumende ravakagara naro pasi rikavaudza kuti musaburitsa mapepa iwayo kusvikira isita kupai mvumo yekuti mubudise mapepa iwayo. Kana zviri izvo vanogona kungoda taurira dare rino kuti ndine vamwe vakuru vari kundirambidza kuti ndibudise mapepa, inini ndaita mwana mudiki kuti ndibudise mapepa iwayo, saka ini ndiripo kumiririra kuti ndisanyadzisa vakuru vari kunditi ndisabudisa mapepa. Chekupedzesera ndechekuti tine vamwe vatakambogara navo mudare rino rakafanana nerino vaiuya vakanwa whisky makuseni kuitira kuti zvavanotaura vanongotaura zvese zvese vasina nyadzi, vasingatye vachitaura kumainzi kwatakambenge tichigara navo. Saka tiri kuti vambona dai vanga vanyatsodzikisa gejo kuti panapa patigere imba huru tatichida kuti vatibatsirewo, uyezve isu takambotenderera maadha ese tikafamba tikaona kusvika nasanyati tine komiti yeinei yeagriculture tikaona zvakawanda zvatinotoziva zviri kuadha ikoko. Saka iko zvinezvi hatizivi kuti kuramba zvavo kwavari kuita nemapepa nezvatakaona pane zvakanaka zvakaitika here kana kuti zvichakangodaro saka vari kurambira nemapepa semunhu ari kuziva mamiriro enzvimbo dzeadha. Maitai.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My appeal to the board chairman, Mr. Nambaza. I think this is my last appeal to you. The committee is not witch-hunting. We are asking, when are we receiving the documents, Mr. Nambaza, over this matter? I think you have to just say it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Inini mfunzo wangu ndewe kuti tuda kuziva kuti Mr. Mbona makaappointwa when. Why I'm asking this because it seems as if hamusi kunyatsonzwisisa mashandira atiri kuita isusu kuno kuse parliament. We are here to represent the people. And when we are asking you for some documents, hatisi kumada because we just want them kuti mungo tikunyadzise panapa. We are doing basa redu se committee. So we want to know kuti makaappointwa when. Thank you.
Mazviti hanyu chairman. Ndinofara nekuti vanhu vatiri kutaura navo vanhu vakuru. Vese vekuadha vava vanhu vakuru ende basa ravo vagara naro kwenguva yakareba. Hapana chevasingazivi. Asi kutaura kuri kuitwa mumba muno kuri kuita kunga munhu akatsika futi. Nekuti kana munhu akatsika gidi hana waanotya. Nyaya yangu iri pekuti musi wechina last week vakati promisa kuti mapapers ari kuuya Friday. Akauya here chairman? Hakuna. Vakakupindura here kuti ngei tisina kuunza mapapers? Okay. Nhasi vauya mumba muno vasina mapapers iwayo. Tiri kuiteiko navo vanhu ava muno kana tisina mapapers iwayo? Tiri kupedzerwa nguva yedu nekuti we are just talking zvinhu zvisina musoro. Please chairman, zvanga zviri nani kuti vabude havo voenda because pane kwavanoripota not mumba muno. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ndofunga mubvunzo wamambobvunza pakutanga wanga wakanaka chose concerning my qualifications ya Mr. Mbona. Taona kuti munhu akadzidza zvese zviri kuitika muno ari kuziva zvaari kuita nemapinduriro ake. Apa tiri kungotenderera tichibvunza tabvunza asi ataura kuti handizi kuunza madocuments iwawo. Saka isu separliament ngatichiitai zvatinokwanisa kuita kuti tiwane madocuments iwayo panotongopedzerwa nguva muno. Tine zvakawanda zvokuita.
Small question, Chairman.
All right, small question, and then move on paper so far.
Maita basa Chairman, mubvunzo wangu wanga uri wokuti kuada kune maboard members variko na CEO. Iwo maboard members vari kuada uko. Vane nguva yakareba sei vari kuada ikoko nokuti chatoziva chekuti board ndorino harana ada. Vane nguva yakareba sei vari ikoko. Ndo mubvunzo wangu Chairman. Mazvita.
Mubvunzo wangu ndokungoti vambona basa muchiri kurida here.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Mbona muri kumbozviziva here kuti muri kutambisa ma-resources egovernment netime yedu kuramba tichingoita ma-up and down tichiziva kuti hamusi kutipa ma-documents atiri kuda.
All right, thank you, honorable members. Mr. Mbona, you have said what you have said. You've heard the questions, but do you think you'll be answering them, or you've answered already, except just a few specific ones, which were new?
Honorable Chairman, I'm just pressing the button. I've just pressed the button. Okay. Honorable Chairman, the questions are many.
Mr. Let me remind you, we don't work for you. We're not other employees. We're not talking to your subordinates. You understand? Do you understand, sir? I say, do you understand? Yes or no?
Honorable Chairman.
I say, do you understand? Yes or no? Don't address me. I say, do you understand? Mr. Mbona, we don't work for ADA. We don't want nothing from you. All we want is our accountability, that's all. I said, do you understand that? Yes or no?
Honorable Chairman,
I say, do you understand? I don't want stories.
I'm not used to yes or no answers.
And now you are getting used to it. I said, do you understand?
That is why, Honorable Chairman, I'm responding to you as Honorable Chairman. But before I even finish my Honorable Chairman, you went back again to ask me whether I understood. If you don't want me to address you as Honorable Chairman, then I'm not used to it. I'm used to addressing you first in respect of your chair and then answer you. Now what you are asking me is to answer you before I address you. I understand. You are not the employees of the authority.
The questions you asked about, can you just respond? I saw you writing also.
I wrote, but I got lost in the Honorable Chairman. I kept writing, but I got lost because many of the members here in the August House have many questions that they have raised. Before I respond to all of them, before I get lost in all of them, Honorable Chairman, may you allow me to consult with my management and board.
You said you're a chartered accountant, right? Where did you train? Your articles, which organization? And what year?
With AMG Global.
When?
2009.
Up to when?
It was 6 months because I had been in training before.
AMG Global?
Yeah.
2009?
Yes.
And then you qualified after 6 months?
Mr. Chairman, the provisions of qualification
When did he join ADA?
are such that if you have gone through a training session for 5 or more years in the same field, you go out on attachment on the professional ethics part only.
So are you a qualified CA?
I am not a CA, I'm a certified chartered accountant.
Mr. Mbona, thank you.
Chairman,
Chairman,
yeah.
Before you come on board, I just want clarification. When did you join ADA, Mr. Mbona?
Honorable Chairman, I joined ADA on the 2nd of May in 1992.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
Is a what? Mic on.
I was a senior internal auditor then.
When you joined?
Yes.
Thank you. When did the former Honorable Made leave ADA?
I would have to, Honorable Chairman, I would have to go into the annals of history and remember, but I think it was in 2000.
2000. What does, you were an internal auditor, what does the regulations of ADA say when somebody leaves their employment? Do they still enjoy the perks of ADA, or they cease on the date that he leaves ADA?
Honorable Chairman, I am not aware of the provisions that you want me to refer to.
You are the CEO, like the provisions now. If Mr. Nyabada leaves ADA today, do you still provide him with perks?
Honorable Chairman, it depends on the nature of his living and the package that they've bundled out.
Okay, as the CEO, can we have former Minister's Made's contract with ADA? You are the custodian right now. You have the documents. Is that confidential again?
Honorable Chairman, those documents are 1999.
But they are there, the parastatal.
I would have to go into archive to dig them.
Okay, thank you. CEO, Chairman. May you sit down, please? Chairman, you have heard the questions. Before you proceed to answer, I just want to highlight a few things that you submitted here. You said board appointments. The current board, the current 8-member ADA board term expired on 31st of October 2013. And he has since 1 November 2013 serving through an extended life until the appointment of a new board. So he said your board expired on the 31st of October 2018. I understand this one was written on the 22nd of February 2018. So it's a new document. Yeah. So what's the status of the board as we are speaking right now?
Honorable Chairman and members of the August House, it's an honor to be here, and we thank you very much. All of us are pursuing the best of our nation. And I listened carefully to the concerns of the members, rightly so. You oversee the operations of government. And really, we are in arm, and we mean well, all of us, to save our government. And with respect, there is no way your person in any way will be undermined because you are a young Zimbabwean. No. You sit in that chair because it is found that at this hour you are the capable person to sit in that chair. So, on my part in my management, there is no disrespect at all, sir. I want to assure you on that. And all the members, we are here to learn. You sit here, you interview people on a daily basis. We are not always here ourselves.
I'd asked about the status of the board first.
I felt that it was important to give some opening remarks given to listening what else.
No, what we want first of all is not the opening remarks. I want the status of the board so that we proceed to the questions.
The board is valid. It only needs to be extended by the Honorable Minister, and it is valid.
What do you mean extended?
A board is appointed, a duration is stipulated. When that time comes up, the executive has the right to either dissolve the board or extend its tenure. And in this particular case, this is what transpired. So we are in office on a legitimate position. It was extended by the executive.
To when?
Indefinite.
For how long?
Indefinite.
It's an indefinite board.
Until the Honorable Minister sees fit to revisit the exercise.
What does the Act say in terms of board?
That is not a matter for my office. I'm an appointee. I'm appointed. I don't apply for this job. those who appoint me either extend or terminate. I simply serve my nation.
So you are simply serving?
I'm serving my country, yes. Until advised otherwise.
Okay, so when are we going to get the documents?
Yes. I liked what Honorable Mliswa suggested, where he says, look, let's find out the detail. And here, I think we've ignored a very important part of this communication, sir. And it says, authority, because you are entitled to, can be done in local. Third parties are the press. You are not a third party. And indeed, if the press is out of here, documents can be available. And the reason why we do that, sir, is where we are coming from as a nation. There are countries today outside our own country, outside Africa, who impose illegal sanctions on us.
Order, Mr. Nyabata. I think I don't find it well when you say our documents can be availed without the press. Not even finished. When we asked for documentation, we never asked you to submit documents to the press. We didn't say so. We said documents must be submitted to the clerk of parliament, not to the press.
Sir,
not to the press. Let me finish.
Okay, sir.
So this excuse of saying we want to submit documents to the press, we never say to the press. We don't report to the press. We report to parliament, this August House. That's what we do. We table our report in this house. We asked for the document to be submitted to the clerk of committee through clerk of parliament. He knows the procedure. I've not even a single day we told Mr. Mbona to submit documents to the press. So why would you mention the press? Documents are submitted. Now you write a cover note. These are confidential documents. We are submitting these documents. What you want submission of documents? Since now you have said they can be submitted, when can you submit the documents to the clerk of parliament?
In the soonest possible time.
What time today?
I think if we go out within 2 hours, they can be put together and submitted.
So I think no further deliberations and submission.
But I think, can I say something, sir?
Let me go on. You've asked what you want.
No, sir.
Order. Let me finish. We are not here for stories. We are not here for other issues. We invited you here. You said documents can be submitted 2 hours or as soon as possible. So what we want from now onwards, we've got so many questions. We've got everything. We've gone through the documents, but we're not interested right now. What we want, Mr. Nyabata, is for you and your team to be excused. You go, you submit the documents in 2 hours, just like you've said. I'll give you up to 2 o'clock to submit all the documentation to this. And then we will re-invite you. Then you say whatever you wanted to say.
No,
as a chairman,
sir.
As order, I'm the chairman here. You are the chairman at ADA. I'm the chairman in here. As a chairman, I've ruled and I've closed the session. Mr. Nyabata.
But sir, we...
Order, Mr. Nyabata.
No, but sir.
Order.
You are now...
Order. I said order. When I say order, sit down, sir. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, but when we come here, we don't want to be filled that we are second or sixth.
Order, sir.
No.
Order. Don't
you are dictating to us.
I'm not dictating.
You are dictating to us. You are dictating to us.
Don't threaten us.
Yeah.
Don't threaten us.
No. You are now dictating.
Don't threaten.
You want to act like a headmaster.
Don't threaten us.
We mean well here.
Don't threaten. Just submit your documents. Submit the documents that you don't care. Don't threaten us. We say that submit the documents 2 hours. We want, sit down, sir. Follow parliamentary procedures. We'll cause security terms here. We don't cause security. Sit down, sir. Sit down. Relax, calm down. These are public documents. Yes, sit down. They are not your personal property. Sit down. ADA is not your company, sir. So sit down. I have said, sit down, sir. Sit down. Sit down. Relax. You want to understand? What's another suggestion? I didn't know about it. Mr. Nyabata, we are doing our work, and I'm not going to be intimidated for your information. Sit down, I'll give you an opportunity to respond. Yes, I am the chairman in here. You are the chairman. I will come into what I'm doing here. I'll submit myself to you when I come to ADA. And you have to respect Parliament. I've ruled, and you're not going to deliberate any further on that matter. You said you submit the document as soon as possible. So what we have said is, go and fetch your documents. We'll give you up to 2 o'clock. You submit the documents to the clerk. He knows where to submit documents, Mr. Bona. You submit to the clerk of parliament or to her through parliamentary procedures, through the registry. From there, we meet tomorrow at 2 o'clock here, so that we proceed. Parliament takes precedence. Yes, I'm saying of Parliament takes precedence. You don't have to answer me here. Parliament takes precedence. There, you may not come. You will come. Mr. Mbona will come. Yeah, we will summon you on your own. We want Mr. Mbona here tomorrow with the documents. Documents submitted today. Tomorrow is coming with his management and the other board members and yourself. If you are not coming, you excuse yourself formally. You will come tomorrow with other board members and the other management. And then Mr. Mbona and Mr. Nyabaza, your conduct deserves some charges, and you're going to be sued at his parliament. We're going to charge you. Yes, we're going to charge you as parliament. It's there in this little book. We're going to pursue this, and we are going to charge you for your conduct. This is called the standing rules and orders. Yes, thank you. That's okay. No, yes, I said we are going. No, you're not answering me here. Thank you.
I think it's unfair. It's very unfair.
Yes,
no, but it's very unfair.
I said yes.
You charge someone. We must
I said we are going to charge you.
The law is there to protect the innocent.
So you follow the law there.
The law will protect the innocent. Those are threats you are now giving.
No, it's not okay.
Yes.
We are going to charge you.
That's okay.
Yes.
But the law is going to take care of it.
Yes, the parliament will go to charge you.
But you know, your own context, with respect.
Thank you.
You are a headmaster. You don't want to do that.
Thank
You are a headmaster.
Maybe
it's
headmaster.
Yes, you are doing it all the time.
Can they excuse, please, Mr. Chair? Chairman, can they excuse? There's something that I don't understand. I'm a headmaster from Murino
Mr. Chairman, I think there is certain information that I would need time to compile. I can't bring it in. Can I take a full list of what you want so that I bring it?
Yes.
Give him the time he wants.
But they say they have them. No, let's we want the agreements. Are you writing down?
Mr. Chairman, I'm just blowing my pen.
Yes. You know the letter that he wrote to you, Mr. Mbona? The letter that he wrote to you still stands valid. So in addition to that, we want your qualifications only, and the board minutes and resolutions.
Mr. Chairman, my worry is on the board resolutions. For which period?
Authorizing whatever has been happening. Authorizing you not to give us documents.
Chairman, I thought because we met on Thursday, I responded to you earlier that it was my decision as CEO.
Okay, I got it. Just bring the document that you want.
Okay.
And then your qualifications, they must come as well. We have said that. And your contract of employment. No, his contract of employment as well. Thank you. And your contract of employment as well. The public document. When you say public, it's public to parliament, not to the press, but public to parliament. Thank you so much, Mr. Mbona. Enjoy. You have a good day.
Mona.
Let him Mbona. Enjoy your day, sir.
Chairman, I was listening to you.
No, I'm saying
Minutes